You will also each have 45 seconds to answer. The question is, we want all of our schools to be blue or distinguished. The district has had success moving many schools from red to orange to yellow to green. There are 15 blue schools in the district. 6 of those are charters, of which 4 have a high percentage of children in poverty. Of the 9 traditional public schools that are blue, 7 have a low percentage of children in poverty, and only 2 have a high percentage of children in poverty. What are your specific recommendations for accelerating and sustaining achievement growth in high poverty schools? Ms. Draper Carson?
In District 5, we are fortunate to have several blue schools, actually 2 blue schools and several green schools. And what I would like to do is very closely examine what are the assets that each of those schools has. And I would like to determine if there are elements that we can duplicate or mimic and bring to bear in some of our other schools. Another common factor in our high-performing schools in District 5 is the presence of a very strong leader. So Academia Sandoval has geometry GOKs, Beach Court is a Frank Brody who's been there 9 years. Brown International IB School has got Suzanne Walker, and she's been in place for years. And like I indicated earlier, at North, we're fortunate enough to have Nicole Beltze, who's got a very long track record of success as well.
Thank you for your answer.
So the question is, what would I do to move those schools up? Is early childhood education is really the focus. It has to be that we close the achievement gap by starting students out early, by getting parents trained from the preschool stage all the way understanding where they need to go. That way, even if they move to a different part of the district, they very clearly understand the trajectory that they need, the alignment that they need, where they need to take their student for middle school and for high school, and where those students need to be. This is very important because we've lost our focus as a city, lost our focus as a district on really attacking that early childhood education piece.
Thank you, Mr. Jimenez.
Thank you.
Yo tengo una pregunta y también tiene 45 segundos para contestarla. El 80% de los estudiantes de las escuelas públicas de Denver son estudiantes de color. Sin embargo, cuando asistimos a las reuniones de grupos de interés profesional que trabajan para mejorar nuestras escuelas, rara vez vemos a alguna persona de color. ¿Cuál es su plan para involucrar a padres y comunidades de color en los debates críticos acerca de nuestras escuelas públicas?
Now I have a question for you, and you have 45 seconds to answer. This is the question. 80% of DPS students are students of color. However, when we attend meetings of the professional interest groups working to improve our schools, we seldomly see any people of color. What's your plan to engage parents and communities of color in the critical debates about our public schools?
La señora Draper Carson.
I believe that the collaborative school committees are a great way of bringing people together who are truly representative of the community. I'm serving in my 2nd year as the chair of the CSC Collaborative School Committee at North High School, and we've had tremendous success bringing representation to the table, and it's made a very big difference at our school. And I wanted to, I think that we can grow that as a grassroots model and move it upstream.
Gracias. El señor Jiménez.
Thank you very much for the question. This is very important. The CSCs are probably the worst way to involve parents because they really operate in a tunnel and they really don't have a lot of connection with the larger community. And I've been a strong advocate for changing the way that we govern the schools so that we have more control over our schools. In particular, when I was president of the Colorado Statewide Parent Coalition, we had very specific policy agendas that I've carried onto the board and advocated for this training around objectives in the classroom, governance reform, curricular reform that allows parents to help students with their homework, and particularly assessment and evaluation within the school performance framework so that we can know and measure if what we're doing actually works.
Gracias, señor Jiménez.
Next question, you each have 45 seconds to answer. Do you support more schools applying for innovation status, and why or why not? Mr. Arturo Jimenez.
Thank you. This is a very important topic because schools need to understand the options that they have. They can be autonomous without innovation status, gaining more time for the school year, more time in the school day. There are a lot of different things that can be gained by different approaches to this. So I think innovation status is one tool that may be used, and it's really important that the community be engaged in this, that the parents and the community understand the plan, and also that it really depends on the leadership also that you have at the school. If that leader is able to really be a business leader and allocate resources differently, then innovation status may be something that a school community and parents might want to vote on, particularly if it gives them more freedom around their budget.
Thank you. Ms. Jennifer Draper-Carson.
Yes, I'm very much a proponent of the innovation status. I think the business aspect part, the benefit it brings to bear to the principal, the teacher, and the community. But I think more importantly, the teachers and the principal have a much better sense because they're on the ground working with the students every day. So they have a much better sense of what those students need to close that achievement gap, to move higher on their annual progress. So it makes tremendous sense to me to provide that autonomy to our individual schools.
Buenas noches, mi nombre es Marta Carranza. Tengo una hija aquí en Bruce Randolph y este año se va a graduar. Les tengo una pregunta a cada uno de ustedes y solo tienen 45 segundos para responder.
Good evening, my name is Marta Carranza. I have a daughter here at Bruce Randolph that will graduate at the end of this year. And I have a question for you. You only have 45 seconds to answer.
¿Cuál es su plan para motivar y apoyar a los estudiantes indocumentados a graduarse y asistir a la universidad dentro de sus poderes como miembro del consejo escolar? Sea específico.
What is your plan to motivate and support undocumented students to graduate and to go to college within your powers as a school board member? Be specific.
Señora Draper-Carson.
I support the DREAM Act, of course, and I'd also like to see the path to citizenship, frankly. I think a very important thing that I learned during my time at North is that every child should have access to college, period. And I think that that begins very downstream. There's a school university prep that labels their classrooms after colleges. I think it's essential that we start that expectation very early and that all of our children have that expectation of college. And then secondly, during my time at North High School, I had the opportunity to work closely with Jimena Quintana, who is our Denver Scholarship Foundation representative there. And just the path that she showed our students, the students who know that they're college bound and the Denver Scholarship Foundation can help them get there, is a great combination.
Señor Jiménez.
Thank you. As you all know, this is very deep and close to my heart since I am a practicing immigration attorney trying to keep people from being deported every day. And also I've had undocumented people in my family, so I understand the situation. We absolutely have to pass the DREAM Act, but more importantly, the comprehensive immigration reform beyond that, and also in-state tuition, and get rid of the discriminatory bills we have in Colorado. But there's also the dual enrollment, that we have to allow students to go to college while they're in high school. We also have to provide support so that they have scholarships, and let everyone know that they can go to college. Just because you're undocumented does not mean you can't go to college. I graduated from the University of Colorado at Boulder with a number of friends who are undocumented, who today are still living and still professionals, and just last week helped one of my friends become legal who came through North High School as well, so thank you. Thank you all to the organizers, particularly the Metro Organizations for People, to the School of Bruce Randolph for having us all here. I'm Arturo Jimenez, and I'm proud to be your current representative for District 5, which is just right across the street from Bruce Randolph in Globeville area in Swansea. I'm also the vice president of the board as elected by the 6 other members of the board. I used to be president of the Colorado Statewide Parent Coalition. More importantly, though, I grew up in a family of immigrants. I grew up very poor, moving from house to house, neighborhood to neighborhood. I know what it means to have to need a public school, a neighborhood school, where you can show up in the middle of the year, at the end of the year, the beginning of the year. It is so important that we give all of our students that opportunity in school for the whole child. We absolutely have to allow all of our students to develop both sides of their brain through foreign languages, through integrated music that reinforces math, through integrated arts and creativity that reinforces science. We can't sell any of our students short. We all deserve that opportunity. And the way that we get there is clearly by involving parents. By involving parents directly at the school level in the classroom. We don't want to come in as parents. I'm the father of 3 girls, a 6th grader, a kindergartner, and a baby who's 6 months old. We don't want to show up. We don't have time to waste. We really want to be involved and know the objectives of the classroom and help our students rise to be all that they can. Thank you.
Ms. Draper-Carson? I would like to thank everyone for being here as well. MOP, Bruce Randolph for to us, and most importantly, all of you parents and students and family members who are here. Thank you so much. This clearly demonstrates how important this election is. It's a very pivotal election for all of us. I've been an education activist for the past 7 years, so I've had a tremendous opportunity to engage with our school, District 5. I'm also a proud UPS parent myself. My son Henry is a 2nd grader at Edison Elementary. We have the opportunity in my family to go to an excellent school. Edison is very highly rated. I'm very disappointed that so many children in District 5 and around DPS do not have that same opportunity. And we'll try that also. Thank you. Oh, good, that one works. Okay. So my son Henry has the opportunity to be in a very good elementary school, and I'm running to join the board to ensure that all the students in District 5 have that opportunity, as well as across the entire Denver Public Schools district. Because of my education activism, there are 3 things that I want to focus on. Number 1 is strong choices for our students. Number 2 is strong leaders in those strong schools. And 3rd is early literacy acquisition. I think those are the keys to moving our graduation rate above the abysmal 50% that we have now. I believe that we can do this. I believe our city is poised to succeed with Denver Public Schools.